Today we're playing a modern challenge with a decklist that's informed by the PT results. So I just have Scapeshifts, GSZs. I got down to 30 lands. And that way I have stock ups in the sideboard as well. 6 bounces only. No Reclaimer, just Collector Ouphe, Pithing Needle and Vexing Bauble, and then stock up to draw cards, Dismember to kill monsters, Force to kill artifacts, and Vengeance against Boros. I think this is a fine keep. Not that strong, but maybe a bit weak on the draw. 1 Mulligan's to 6. Hopefully they don't play anything too strong though, given my deck. Blooded Shunt pass. Oh, glad to top deck the Grazer if this is control. A weird thing about the control deck from Pachi is that he doesn't play Wrath of the Skies. So you can just Saga them. Seems like it's just Esper of some kind, maybe Guraios. Time Raveler. That is a Guraio card. Tefari is also a Blink card now. That's fair. Frog is a Frog card. Seems like I should explore instead of trying to make constructs into a Frog, potentially with alongside Guraios. I think I'll copy Saga. Could be useful. If I want to get Vexing Bauble in 2 turns. You have heard that I think Jeskai Ascendancy is incredibly powerful. I actually don't think so. My last experience playing around Jeskai Ascendancy was losing to Jeskai Ascendancy in the semi-final of the Mox qualifier in Modern, and then thinking to myself, holy shit, this deck looks so bad. But of course, you know, I was losing to it at that time. So maybe I was just salty. Well, I'm not interested in ditching some extra cards to draw 2 to make their frog humongous. Next will tell me they won't even attack. Alas, I Scapeshift, and if I get hit by a Force of Negation I will lose, and if not I will win. I could wait for my Pact to force the Pact. They probably will not do that. They probably will hit the Scapeshift because they don't want to get wrecked by Titan or Analyst in hand, or a second Pact. Alright, now they pitch cards, down to 2 cards. Explore. Your league opponent has 3 lands, 2 amulets and Scapeshift. Are you dead? Really dead, yes. Couldn't be more dead, frankly. The deadest. Alright, do you have a Phone of Negation? Seems like opponent is in the F6 CT. So they didn't want to draw more cards to look for pitch interaction, which probably is a mistake, so maybe next time they will look for interaction. Or not. He will time out. Who's he? Mr. Streamer? The league up. Oh, I see. One could only hope opponent will learn from this experience instead of going to Twitter and saying Amulet is unbeatable. One could hope. It is rarely what actually happens. Kanister wins. Alright. Stock up in. Vexing Bauble in. Solgida in. Grazer stays in. Remove 1 Boseiju. Reduce Scapeshifts. Keep Grazers. Reduce Pact. 61. I have one too many stock ups in my deck. Trim a Grazer. Submit. Hand. Trim GSZ maybe. No, GSZ is good. What do you think about the GED card? I really hope that... I would really wish that it was printed with a different art. Then I could put it into my cube. It would fit pretty well there, but as is, I don't think I can. This is a bit too bad of a hand. This is fine. For some definitions of fine. No insects in 75? Not today. So I've noticed that Ellenbogen played Icesteel Explorer, didn't even play Ghost Quarter. I asked Dom about that. Dom said that the GQ thing is just mostly fake. If it's fake, then Explorer is just a copium piece that doesn't do anything too relevant. It's literally a worse stock up. So, going by that logic, I cut it. Could put back a Coin Deeps, maybe? Explore. Let's go with Coin Deeps, kind of close here. Pretty hard decision to make. Definitely want to keep the bubble. What if you are a worse tutorable stock up, Mr. Streamer? Well, how worse? How much worse? How bad are we talking? Whoa, Belcher won the PT. 45% win rate at the PT. Wins it. Chadley Belcher behavior. Said a prismatic ending on my bubble. That is sad. What was Titan's win rate? It was actually humongous. This is Mr. Scarsten's table. Amulet Titan 57.5. Belcher 45.9. Amulet versus Belcher 9.6. Which just shows that I don't know how to play the matchup, but no, I just will. I think I understood it. The winning list did not have the unfair fish. That is fucked up. What was Amulet 30-0 against? Eldrazi's. I think I have to play the Grove Chamber here. Unfortunately, I need to have double green. I probably will have trouble casting Titan on turn 3, unfortunately, but we'll try. Finally, the winner played Belcher because he claimed it has the best numbers. Well, it always had. What do you think about the amazing cube card from JED? I would add it to my cube. Maybe they will reprint it at some point. Are you ready to face thousands of Harbingers in the next 30 days until people forget? No, no, no. Titan didn't win, so there's not gonna be 1000 Harbingers. It's fine. This Plains is looking ugly. I wonder if it's stopping my opponent from casting Psychic Frog. And an Incapacity. The point consigns here, I am not concerned about that. Missing one type for Delirium to attack with a Woodland Titan. I guess if I draw Boseiju, I could channel it. We're mending in response. That's funny. When my next spell is going to be Soul Guide Lantern. Discards 2 lands and... Wow, really, opponent really making Goraya look good. With their draw. To be fair, the winners seem to play Belcher at a very high level. I never played the deck and probably have some evaluation problems, but I was impressed. In the interview after winning, he said he played 10 matches with Belcher himself. But yeah, sometimes that's all you need. Can go to Yemen. I'm an analyst. Get on the plane. Playing the Vestige so that I can run out my analyst. That's gonna be Delirium. I have not watched the Amulet games yet. I was planning to do that later. I have heard that various plays were performed by Mr. Gamer. He was in a team, yeah. You know I don't do analysis. What's that from? Gachi quote. You get hit by ending plus Gorayos to reanimate Artraxa. You know I don't do anal. Oh, I see. That's so funny. I will need the Boseiju in my graveyard for Delirium, so maybe hit their Black Source. We've got a floater. Now they can two Gorayos, that is true. Seems like they didn't, but I guess maybe I made a mistake then. Tapped. Opponent not trying to put the fear in me. Not sure if I want to run my Shifting Woodland into a Solitude though, even. If that's the case. Holy shit, what a good top deck. Could get Fossil Negation, of course, but... Really good stock up, I think.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Delirium. Why do I need Delirium exactly? It's a good question. I did not need it at all. I just cracked it for no reason. Well, yeah, it was bad. I needed not to do what I did, but it's fine. Cable Wire, thank you very much for a Prime sub. Like this way I set up, even if I get Solitude, I can start looping.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Next turn. Mr. Streamer, do you happen to have a guide to this 500 IQ Rick and Morty deck? Actually, I do, yes. Visit my metafy.gg/@kanister, and I have a guide which is not fully exhaustive yet, but it is going to be updated in the upcoming weeks, and it's going to cover all of your amulet needs forever. So for now, I have a pretty lengthy article about card choices and why, the philosophy of the deck, and why I choose to play the cards I do. On top of a sideboard map, but does forever mean you will update it forever? Probably I will keep updating it, yeah. It is a subscription website though. Oh, cool. They killed my Titan. Very sad. Can go to Yemen. I am an analyst. Get on the plane. Add green. You'd think I would just pay. Dead wrong you are. Yes, the cave can enter as a copy of the Lotus Field. That's because they enter at the same time. So the Lotus Field is still in my graveyard as the cave is entering, technically. It's a bit annoying to do, but soon we pay for the pact and we move to the main phase, so that's gonna be useful, and then I just get Tolaria West for Urza's cave, can fetch all the lands. Well, so I guess I'll have to untap my lands. That's kind of annoying. Imagine not spamming Boseiju as well. Oh yeah, we can Boseiju spam and strip my opponent down to basics. That is true. You know what? Let's do that. We have 12 minutes. Like, we have to occupy ourselves somehow. Although if they find another black mana or a silver land, that could be annoying. We've got a floater. They do flip a suitable land into Atraxa. I think they still have Mediculous Archive. No. Okay. Are they shock in? That is shock in. Shocking. Darowane miny, jebane długi. Może jak cię proszę, przestań survelować. They actually do the surveil land now. Alright, they flipped a consign so we don't have to worry ourselves with what happens if they actually do Ryan response here. Darowane długi, pojebane szmugi. Unfortunately, Goraya plays 3 basics, which is a lot. Are we really gonna attack all of the lands? Sure. I mean, I'm on my way towards doing that. There are no good amulet decks, just good amulet players. Frankly, kinda real. I wonder if they would finally like play a big instant and destroy me. Would be horrifying. So I guess technically now I have access to a Survey land in their graveyard, so I could just make infinite titans in my upkeep before I have to pay for the pact. A floater. Do they play Basic Island? No, they don't. That's funny. So now... So true, MTG is unironically a skill game. To an extent, yes. Okay, they had Island, they just discarded it earlier. So that leaves my opponent with a Plains and a Swamp. Wait for the Pact. Let's unfloat the manas. Actually, could copy Analyst to save a little bit. I love Pact waiting patiently for his turn to be paid. Yeah, it took a while, but Pact has been paid. A kanister always pays his pacts. I guess that's not true. I play Neoform occasionally. Guess I wins the game. Alright. Once we are moved to the main phase, my opponent was like, holy shit, alright, I've had enough. Turn 3 win, potentially, with a lucky draw or two. Turn 4 otherwise on the draw, probably a bit slow, but let's see. Opponent has been seen 7 days ago playing Ruby Storm, so hopefully not the case. Preordain. Off of a Steam Vents.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Preordain Storm. This Grazer can make it into a turn 3 win still. And I need a green source. Ruby Storm is a name you haven't heard in a long while. You must have not been watching my streams lately, as almost every single challenge I got destroyed by Hugo Fritas or something like that. Przychodzi baba do lekarza, a lekarz bierze szpisimen z Faladziego na srajes się. Yes, yes. Can I get a green source? No, kanister you can't. Best I can do is Urza Saga. Aha, dobra, okay. Hello Mili4180, welcome to the Cani stream and hoping you have a good day. Is it time for Mr. Ral to enter? Can you teach us to say raz, dwa, trzy in Polish? Alright, chat. Polish lesson. When you want to say 1, 2, 3, you say raz, raz, R, A, Z, raz, dwa, D, W, A, trzy, T, R, Z, Y. Holy shit, preordain, ritual, Ral, mana, morphos? You really going to go off after doing that? I guess you can just flip Ral and ult. That's 4 spells already. Raz, raz, dwa, trzy. Degenerate ritual, okay. 1, 2, 3. That's 5 spells, so now if Ral flips, I die. More hands, more hips. They lost a flip, holy shit, literally won a 50-50. Alright, now I need a green source. Please. Actually, do I? I guess I do. Okay, awesome. 2 green sources, wild. That was pathetic. I mean, I don't know. It was pathetic, but they did try their best, which was to ultra and then flip enough spells to like flip a ritual and then just win. Hope someone clipped Kani giving the bird. What's giving the bird? What's my opinion on the GAD card? Playable on Titan? Seems not playable on Titan whatsoever. Like not close to being playable. I've been thinking about, I would think about that card in my queue, but Probably not gonna get there anyways. Regardless. Tutor for a creature that untaps Lotus Field if it survives. Well, we're playing modern, right? Are we on the same page? This feels like too... Oh, I mean, maybe it's worth trying. Feels a bit low power level though, for modern. No, just hoping that you get it to untap is pretty bad, but I guess if that's not the main purpose of the card, and discard a card is... You can just discard a land often. Maybe it's a GSZ target so you can tutor your tutor. Maybe that's the purpose. Hmm. GSZ target to GSZ4. So you can find your other targets. Kind of eye-opening when you put it that way. Your math seems to math well, John Star. Sure. Beat Storm. Does that card go into Pioneer? It's a normal standard legal card, so it does go into Pioneer. Are you asking me if it's going into Pioneer as if it's good in Pioneer? So that might be a different issue whatsoever. Opponent's deck, 4 Orim's Chant, 4 into the Floodmaw. Oh, I don't have Bojuka Box, so playing control slow game is kind of a little bit bad anyway, so maybe I shouldn't board much into interaction with Bog. Upsend, although on the draw. Scapeshift so much weaker into... Orim's Chant, of course. Pact is actually the main culprit. I'll bring into... I board into Scapeshifts on the play. Can cut Urza Scape maybe. If I cut down on Scapeshift. But on the play I'll just have the Scapeshifts to win. No needle for prefer Vexing Bauble. Can cycle it when needed, and I don't really want a second one artifact like that. Bauble counters Ral as well, and you can just cycle that if you need to. Well, Needle you can't cycle. So, you know, what's better, the same card that cycles or the same card that doesn't cycle? This is too weak. I can't play the Grazer on turn 1. Can't interact. This I would rather go to 5. The Lotus Field doesn't want to leave me. Can keep a turn 3 win. So I need to keep Amulet, Saga, GSZ. What's the 5th card? Forest Grazer or Spelunking? Not Spelunking. Grazer doesn't do much. Even if I draw a second Lotus Field or Echoing Deeps, it doesn't help. I think it's Forest, just to make land drop on turn 2. Keeping Grazer seems risky. Well, I mean, I'm going for a turn 3 win. Like, if that fails, I will lose. That's fine. I guess Grazer is a green card for Force. That's an argument for it. If I draw another Amulet, I get slightly punished, but we can kill Ral this way. Alright, I'm back. I needed to stir my goulash, which is almost done, but not quite, so. They did Surveil a Ral, which does suggest they have another one. Or they magically know I have a Dismember. No, yeah. I guess they just had medallions, they don't need Ral. If I draw 4, I will regret not grazing. I cast Rent's Resolve into Ral and Scalding Turn. That's a bit useless, that's fine. Why did I draw Dismember against Robbie Medallion? Because I am stupid. Sadly. Doesn't seem like you're gonna combo off. Just setting up. And they won't have Orim's chance. I guess we can just win. That's nice. What if they are not Storm? What if? Well, Monomorphos. Looks like they're not gonna win. Opponent casts Monomorphos, and then you know that it might not be the case. Impulse. Hit Wish and Ral. Those are useless. We even have Dismember to break their coin flipping. So the Dismember actually saves me. Nice. Well, saves me half the time. They won the flip. Do they have a 0-cost card to play? This is why you play sideboard Mishra's Bauble, do you? Genius deck. Well, if there were any less from Azax, then I could verify, but doesn't even seem to be the case. They play Mine Collapse. Mine. All mine. Bruh, not even the X with meaningful interaction can beat this. I'm mega convinced Storm Isn't the number one deck because the Storm Cabal throws away games to lower winning percentages. This is so true. And hits right at home. It's simply the case. I used the yield to all button when we played Legacy Neoform, when I was putting lots of copies of Weather the Storm on the stack. The issue is that it doesn't work with copies. It was actually stopping me after every single instance, so kind of a scam. We won, chat. I am proud of us. We have defeated Storm on the draw twice. Maybe Storm is a horrible deck. No, Storm is just not scary when it's played by somebody who's not Hugo Fritas. I'll keep this hand. After all, Amulet is the single biggest predictor of victories, so... Belcheros. Can I win? On the draw for the third time in this challenge. Time to complain. Are we looking at the Pro Tour deck list? We did, yeah. That is interesting, Bauble, yeah. Why was it? Seems like maybe the matchup is just easy. You have found Isil plus Ghost Quarter to be GG versus Belcher. Well, if you assemble it before you die and before you Harbinger and before... When you actually do that and then Alan Bogan didn't even bother playing that. And 4 of his comrades on Amulet, so... They didn't bother playing Ghost Quarter. So I don't think it is that. Could Scapeshift on 2 lands, and that's pretty bad. Maybe people cut Harbingers. Mr. Winner of the PT did, yeah. But I think we're gonna look at the Belcher lists later, but yeah, most people didn't. I assume, I think. I don't know what they use Harbinger for outside of Amulet. Like, do they even board it in anywhere? Tron or whatnot? Sure. Will Villain have another counter spell magic? Hopefully not. Have Lotus Field next turn, Lotus Bloom. Would make sense since Amulet didn't look very good going in. The other top 8 Belchard had 2 Harbinger, yeah, exactly. Will I try the Eldrazi list with Ice Steels? I tried it already. I went 2-4 in the challenge, which was exactly like the stats of the new Ice Steel monster. It felt pretty irrelevant against most of my opponents, but maybe sometimes alright. Can lose to Disrupting Shell on Pact. Any counterplay against that? 0-13 against Amulet, that was Eldrazi Throne. Yeah, I talked with Mulan before the tournament. He bought my guide and actually booked an hour of talking about sideboarding with me the day before submission, and nice to see that he was able to utilize that. Can we somehow fetch a Boseiju and another bounce? And how does that help me? I wonder. That explains why he played Explore, yeah. Is there a competitive HS scene? I think so. Tolaria West is a must. And bounce land for Tolaria West. What a Thunder Trap Trainer reveal. Z-Gate. Narvuntian. I'll help you because seemingly you have trouble. You're having trouble. Can I Mirrorpool my Pact? Do I have enough mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go to 7, play Grazer. Lose to Grazer getting Disrupting Shoal. Seems like I can beat Disrupting Shoal, so I guess let's just not try. Neoform is a fine deck. It's a bit weak. I think some people think it's like it's used to be giga shit. Now it's kinda like almost a great deck, but not quite. And I think some people think it is great, but they don't understand that. Did they shock this turn? Yes, but do they know they're playing against Amulet Titan? Where it doesn't matter whether they are on 17 or 14? Yeah. I think I can't really beat any interaction though, so nothing matters, frankly. So let's just not try. No, I did not figure out anything. If I die, I die. Jewelry. Okay. That's funny. That was really funny. We could beat Jewelry Disruption. Holy shit though, but imagine like getting got by Jewelry Disruption in this spot. Yeah, I said I couldn't beat any interaction, and dead wrong I was. We have found the interaction card I can beat. Pithing Needle. I pulled the Soul Guide Lantern instead of the Pithing Needle in. So that would be a bummer, I guess. if I went to search my Pithing Needle and it wouldn't be there. Because I brought the random other card for no reason. So when's the Rumble stream after all this time? A Rumble stream? Perhaps never. Can cut Urza's Cave maybe. With Scapeshift gone is weaker. Free stock up are pretty spicy. Indeed. This hand, I think I will be better off mulliganing it. Yeah. It's too bad. This is fine. Put back the Pact. Would be happy to draw hate card. Lotus Field. Oh, that's not bad actually. Might die on turn 4 though. Any cool Lorwyn spoilers? Only lame ones. I flipped Goblin Charbelcher. Not good. You don't like Lorwyn spoilers? No, actually I just didn't think at all about what I was saying. Lorwyn spoilers, best thing ever. I hecking love Bitter Blossom too. But a fairy now. I guess I have to hope they will flip the mountain. Was a fairy before too, that's true, yeah. I guess nothing changes then. They will flip the mountain. So we just take 10 damage, it's fine. Maybe they don't have the land. Tameshi, just to make sure. Okay. I'll make sure that what happens. We have Jewelry, I guess, and they could have Shophoric Springs. Wow, so lucky. They even play Island and not Mountain. Have you ever survived a Belcher hit? I don't think I did. I always tell this is the time. I always tell to myself that it is now that it happens. All the PD nerds had Island. Not a single Mountaineer. I wonder if stock ups maybe I can cut Summoner's Pact and then Tolaria West. Which is a blue source for stock up. Well, too late. Nice hand. Grazer, like, so this is what's nice about Grazer. Sometimes it's just good to play it on turn 1 to actually ramp meaningfully before your opponent gets to do stuff. Like the turn 1 putting Saga into play move is so strong. They did play Thundertrap Trainer, so I guess they knew about the island at the bottom. MH4 Grazer with 1 power. Why stop at 1? Right, I'm an honest man, I make a construct, I pass. I play Thundertrap Trainer for the 10,000th time. Do I know about the Alchemy Grazer? I do, yeah. Fucking flare, man. After Dismember... Well, we can Dismember. Well, I can Dismember and Titan. One short. Which is the crux of the issue. Tough choice. I'm never casting this Titan if I don't do that. They found a... into the Floodmaw. I think Vexing Bauble is too weak here. It feels a bit weak to construct into the known into the Floodmaw. So I'll try. We can top deck another card, it's gonna be useful. The Alchemy Grazer would make Amulet tier -1, not even 0. Tier negative. Chad, you don't know the Alchemy Grazer? Kami of the Bamboo. Oj chuj, mi na imię, kurwa. %60 matchup, by the way. So true. Meshi blocks my construct and draws cards if I play my turf. I guess it is sneaky, like if you play the island and you play the Kamigawa one, it almost looks like a black side of ace land card. Okay, so villain had force and flare. I've never seen anything more fair in my life. No flare. Jwari Disruption. Plays Jwari Ruins. Alright, we need to dodge a flare and then we're gonna be okay. They will joy Tameshi, but I'll destroy their land again. Seems reasonable. I think playing a Saga is a bit too weak. So I think I'll Boseiju another land, right? Or maybe I should Otawara the Tameshi. Is that maybe better? That way I have lethal next turn because I get to search for Otawara for Mirrorpool. If they go on top, play land, Weir for a Lotus Bloom, Tameshi, they have one floating. So they gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana and they kill me with Belcher still. And if I kill the land, they go. Alright. Land where Lotus. They have 3 lands only, so they have 3 mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Am I correct in my calculations? I guess Tameshi is already in play, so they do have this much mana available. So if they have, doesn't matter what I do, if they have the absolute nuts, untapped lands, they can't have both land and Weir because they didn't do all of that last turn. Yeah, they drew a random card with their Tameshi trigger now. Bouncing the Tameshi is the same mana, right? Same mana? I guess Tameshi. So tap land ruins them, both cases. No, it doesn't avail. Well, yeah, it does. So I guess I will just go for the Otawara line because that way I. Bounce Tameshi seems safer, can't Weir. They still can Weir, chat. They still have enough mana given an untapped land, but it does mean I win next turn by mirror pulling my Titan and hasting the copy. And if I just attack for 6, they go to 9, I don't even kill them like next turn. Going for Otawara might be bad against Harbinger. I think it's not too bad because they play Harbinger, after which I attack. And at this point they took 8. That's 7, so they have to jump. They can jump the construct. It's fine. I think it's better to, 2 out of their 3 cards, right? Okay, so what are they? What are those if we know them? Enlighten me. I think I should get Simic Chamber. It's kind of the same, but they did pitch the Flatmo, yeah. It was exiled to Force of Negotiation. So I think Simic Chamber is slightly better. Bounce back the Forest, I think. I want to keep Hanweir Battlements, a colorless source in play. They Harbinger me and I draw stock up, then I guess I have blue mana always, so it doesn't matter much. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it matters much, frankly. Let's pass the Forest. They jump. Well, we have to believe a little bit. We don't have to believe that much. They just pass with mana open. Should I try to copy my Titan? It's a bit tricky. Maybe I shouldn't because I get to keep 2 Boseijus. Well, they go to 1 and they can't shock. Hey, now. We could copy on attack. What's copying on attack? Thoughts on just finding Bounce and Boseiju on the next 2 Titan attack triggers and just make sure they don't have enough lands in play. Well, we'll see what they do. My opponent has 9 life, I have 8 power in play. I have set it up so that I have Mirrorpool to copy the Titan if I want to. If I don't want to, I get to attack, find Boseiju bounce land, and then copy only when they force me to, and then find Boseiju bounce land again, and then Boseiju twice. Which is also a valid line. So, we'll see if they pass with mana up or what. Inundated Archive. Pass. Maybe we should play Lash Oasis, maybe. This is kind of nice because it makes it so that my damage is lethal now. Is that Bayan Veil? Consign the Amulet. The Titan trigger. Sure, that's 9 still. That was a really good draw. But, I mean, they still had to beat Mirrorpool on Titan. Holy shit, Amulet goes 60% against Belcher at the PT. I queue up into my first modern challenge after it happens, kind of independently of my own existence, given that I was not qualified, and I just beat a Belcher player giga easily. I mean, I have an Amulet. Should I really keep this? Don't think so. Well, I know the song. Guess my hand is not much better. Maybe it's even worse. Tron. It should be a turn 3 win now. Hopefully opponent doesn't play anything too crazy with their Tron lands. Seems like even making the land drop is not trivial. No, okay, I played Tron land for mana. Is it gonna be card note? Okay. That's fucked up. I think I would be wrecked if my opponent used the liquid metal coating on the cave, but I'm not sure if from their perspective, I guess. I think it makes sense to upkeep hit the Urza's cave. That probably was... Well, but then I just play Bounce Land. Oh, but a Bounce Land doesn't grant me enough mana. I think they actually should have hit the cave in the upkeep, but it's not... Maybe not super obvious for them. Main phase cave? Why main phase? What's the benefit of them waiting till my main phase? After the land drop, so if you play bounce land, they can still hit it. Yeah, that actually does make sense. I think hit the cave once I play the Crumbling Vestige. That's what they should do. Well, probably much harder from the other side to determine exactly. I mean, if I make my land drop being Vestige and then they hit my cave, at that point I float a mana from it, I can still Grazer in a bounce land from my hand. At that point, it's pretty hard to, like, for them to beat that. I think I'll just swap a Vexing Bauble for a Pithing Needle. Name Carnot. That's all I'll do. I made goulash for dinner. Doesn't look too great from that angle, but it's very tasty. I think there is no chance I won't stock up against Ron. Well, there's maybe some small chance I won't stock up, but... What is the time? There. 7. Soon. Am I a skilled cook now? I can cook dishes and I cook them pretty often. What do you even consider for stock up into Tron? Well, so Grazer is technically a bit bad, but also not really. Racing is just good. Forest? Maybe Deeps. Forest means GG for Scapeshift. Map moment? Not really. Can I Deeps the Urza Saga and have it matter? Unlikely. Relic? Sort of annoying a little bit, a tiny little bit. Mindstone. Should I Boseiju there? Eugen's Labyrinth? I'm not entirely sure I should. But let's do it. We have what, one basic? No basic? Oh, brother. Brutal. Drew basic or just no basic at all in the deck? Which one is that? No play. Awesome. Can needle the Mind Stone. But I will refuse. Nothing strong players can do to improve their matchups. I mean, it's not like I have anything. Holding the TOS is better if my next draw step is going to be a land that is naturally untapped. I draw a forest. Deeps. Boseiju. Saga. Cave and fine. Otawara. Battlement. Deep counts as tapped. It does not. I only have Saga to copy. So it would enter untapped with Spelunking. Woodland untapped, yes, yes. I think that's it. So I probably should make a land drop. So playing the TOS is good if I draw... Well, it doesn't matter if I draw... The Mirrorpool is gone. Forest Boseiju Saga is gone. So it's better to play the TOS if I draw Vesuva. Exactly Vesuva, right? That's the only land, so I should keep it in hand. That's funny. Because you might think, oh yeah, I'll just play the TOS, but it's actually just better to keep it in my hand. How did that happen? They have a warping whale. They're holding up. That's what happened. Maybe flute, yeah. Arbor would be nice. Holy shit, this was indeed an Arboreal Explorer moment. Again! Every draw step is gonna punish me until I regret not registering Arboreal Explorer. Awesome. What a game. Hmm. Seems like we're hitting the 0%er this game. Probably should have fetched Scouting last turn. Not sure why they got gripped. They're seeing my hand, no less. A little dead? Not necessarily, but most likely. Do I win? Might be a bit tricky, but I'll try to. I'll make an attempt. Oh, they had the float. Name's Arboreal Grazer. Azusa, not very helpful here. Kami would be sick here. Would it? Well, I guess they couldn't, yeah, because they didn't float it. Well fought. I concede. Analyst and pray. Pray for what? You bring Force of Vigor against Flute, but you can just pay for the Flute, so I don't feel inclined to do so. Ouphe seems better. Yeah, great against Flute. I guess it is a deck with Mind Stones and Relic of Progentus, so... Titan was 30-0 versus Tron at the PT. Holy fucking shit. Was it 26-0 in games as well? So much pressure on Piotr now through... Kind of an incredible game. Giga unlucky for me. So now we're gonna get average lag on the play and I will win on turn 3. Seems like it. I mean, this hand needs to draw something. But I'm exploring, so how could I not? Was Saga the right play? Yeah, double Amulet Scapeshift needs fewer lands, so it was. Like, if I have more Amulets and I need fewer lands, is good. Holy shit, Fault not Seer. I was going to get the Pithing Needle, I guess I can't. Should I name Expedition Map? Probably not. We have a 5/5 construct. I have not tried a PT list. It looks like Galactic looks like the like a Twitch chat suggestion. Let's put it that way. Only 2 Scapeshifts. I think that is not unreasonable. Especially if you play Rumble. But I think Scapeshift is just great game 1 and just better to board it out. Thanks for the IC League. That helped me top 8 the PT. Congrats. We were just bad-mouthing your list, I guess. So, right on time that you showed up. Here, next turn I can actually copy a construct. Maybe that's reasonable. Andrew Allen Bogerland said the correct version of Amulet was with Rumble. His theory was you wanted to search the Amulet effect. Okay. Well, Kanister said that the correct version of Amulet is with Explore, because my theory is that you want to make land drops over searching for an Amulet effect. I've seen him being interviewed at a PT, and he said something along those lines. I mean, you know, you use the words correct version. It's always a funny thing to say. It's quite a quote. That's what he said. Chuj mi w dupę i na imię. Even though he ended up being right, that was such a terrible example. You say that, I don't think you're right though. I don't think the example was terrible. I think it's just fine, like that is true. It's reasonable. Like, it's a solid reason to play that. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna kill my opponent through the spawns. Oh, maybe I will. Justifying a card for when you have double amulet, I don't know. Well, it's really good when you have one amulet as well, it's free. It's 3 Trafe. Monomorphos. Mishra's Bauble. All of those cards see play in all kinds of decks. Like the biggest argument for playing Explorer is Scapeshift. You just have Lens in play, like that your card becomes stronger when you have Lens in play, and it becomes weaker when you mill random portions of your library. I don't think the upside of Rumble, like I just never thought the upside of Rumble is worthwhile compared to that downside. I have not watched the match yet, we are watching it between rounds. Eldrazi, Commando. Ale mi jebnie. Are we exiling the construct or just drawing? Just drawing. I guess no point in exiling when you have 6 blockers. You're sad Amulet lost and sad that Pact won. Holy shit, not a fan of Pact. Scry's 5 bottom. Holy shit. Couldn't find anything good enough? Well, neither can I. I mean, Karn is a bad draw. Thought-Knot Seer is a bad draw. Like, what do they even have to draw? More K commands to kill me? If Kanister doesn't win this, it's proof that he doesn't belong on the PT level. Well, that's already proven by the fact that I'm not playing at the PT level. Dobra, jest dobrany Tytan. Nie ma co tutaj wariować już. Tytan, Primeval. I summon Primeval Titan. Holy shit. True, Rumble would have actually cleared through the Growth Chamber, Lotus Field. Was it Growth Chamber, Lotus Field, Pocket, and would just draw me Titan immediately for me to win? That's crazy. Do they not play Abstergo Entertainment? Maybe they should have keep it up. You got a shout out at DPT as an Amulet Master. When was that? M. Shadaro, thank you very much for the sub and congrats again on your powerful result. 14-0, by the way. Holy shit. I'm gonna concede. I just want to ask you something, if you may answer. Sure. Do you think I panicked game 1? Was it better to grab Torpor Orb? Maybe. Torpor Orb. Haven't thought of Torpor Orb. Would Torpor Orb fuck me over? Maybe. I would have a cave in play. I told you they were talking about you. Yeah, I know. I'm just pretending to not be aware of that for content. Ardosik, no to jest 101 streamowania przecież. If they have a leveler to follow up. Leveler? I don't know if leveler would do anything. Leveler? I barely what? Wait, leveler hits... Okay. Actually, leveler is okay because I misremembered it as a Devourer or Eugen Trigger, which only hits non-colorful spells, but Leveler actually can just destroy artifacts. So it's probably actually alright, yeah. Good point. Why is it so hard to do that? This hand is not very good. We go Saga, turn 2 Saga, turn 3 Boseiju Spelunking with an Amulet in play. I don't know. Probably better to mulligan actually. It improves if I draw Grazer. Explore. I think I should move. This looks better. I put Summoner's Pact or the Analyst? Pull back the Pact. No. No, I might need the Grazer. If I miss on my land. Opponent kept 7. Okay. Ty. Pascudo. Esguilo 11, thank you very much for your Sabini. Takes my Amulet of all things, really? I'm not sure if I want to play Saga on turn 1 anymore. Need another green source in place, I have more time to draw it. For it to be good on turn 3, so I guess I'll just play the Hanweir. Hoping I can draw Forest Vestige, something like that. Whoa, Witch plus Meadow pass. Could be Flicker Wisp. Blink the Witch plus Meadow next turn. I Fatsies. Well, the second Fatsies is fine. Like now my hand is free payoff, so I can take one. That's okay. Grażynax. Dobra, no to jedziemy. Urza Saga. If they have Flicker Wisp, then I'll just roll into a ball and die. It's not like playing Gruul Turf is much better against Flicker Wisp. In fact, it's probably worse. Emperor of Boners. Takes my Amulet. Oh no. Forest is a great draw. Can make a construct. Next turn I can untap Grazer in the bounce land Titan. Of course, they will summon their stupid Flicker Wisp now, and I'll cry. Because they ripped their land number 3. Ty śmieciu. Ty paskudo. I'll put the bounce land into play at this point. Keep the Vestige in hand. Would like to draw Spelunking. Start Fortsies again. Push, that's fine. How many pushes do they play in this Jesper deck? Whole bunch, right? 4 pushes? On top of 4 Solitude? It's kinda redundant. Hello Kanister, hello Despard. Esper players use magic as a way to don't go to the gym, I see. Battlements is gone, I can't haste my Titans anymore. No ty, paskudo, no, okropna. The KG wins. It seems like that is the case, Iki Bobble. There's so much consign now, maybe I'll trim a Scapeshift. It's a bit wild, but let's do that. All creatures they had here die to vengeance. What is Dismember for? Kills Felia. It's hard to time vengeance, like it is important to have 1 mana plays. Use a cat grazers. Well, I tried vengeance against Esper a bit and it was pretty bad. Keep. This is a typical keep postboard type hand. It's so bad though. Holy shit. Felia's membership card has expired. You think my opponent doesn't play Felia? That would be wild. Scapeshift decked. Yeah, that is indeed how it went. I went 6-0 in Swiss, lost in the quarterfinals to Lotus Field combo. That seemed like a bit of a tough matchup, maybe. That's a great draw. I was thinking if I want to get Sex into 2 mana. And the answer was not necessarily, maybe. Explode on top. The illusion of choice, huh? Was wondering if I can maybe keep black mana to make my Dismember cheap. But the answer was not really. Not in a way that's worth it. Maybe I guess I expose myself to Flicker Wisp on the Semi-Growth Chamber a little bit more than I maybe need to. I'm gonna consign the return trigger. Sure. That's overpowered. I disremember. I ephemerate my Riddler. I have assembled a divination. That's fair. This is not the least tricky game ever. Seems like villain is gonna bully me further with consign to Memory. The question now becomes, do they have answers to my Titan? If they have a Solitude, that would actually be kind of brutal. What did you think of the Producer Titans top 8 list? The Producer? I'm not sure I follow. You pitch. Flicker Wisp? Is that even better than flickering the Riddler, maybe? Now villain draws 2. That's terrible. Oh, it seems hard to win. Who's the producer? I'm waiting for the answer to that question and I don't know. The producer of what? Dumpling Sphere, opponent with giga hits. Maybe now I can win. Awesome. Oh, Pro Tour. Producer. Well, it's a pretty normal Titan list, but it plays Rumble instead of Explore, which is slightly worse, and a few other weird cards, but besides that, it's pretty good. Honestly, I'll go for Urza Escape and Saga, I think. I have something left over if my opponent top decks say Solitude for the Titan. Character is a funny tech against Belcher, but Collector Ouphe is probably better. It's way better, yeah. Like, to me, just the fact that you can't cast the card disqualifies it. And then it also hoses yourself as well, and it hoses Belcher kind of worse than Ouphe anyways, so just plays the second Ouphe. Lots of value of the Ouphe is that you just draw it sometimes and you play it for 2 mana. That's actually way better than making it a more expensive card with GSZ. Oof, yeah, exactly. Tig, o kurwa, co to jest? This is the Superior Spider-Man chat. What the actual fuck? Oh sure, Tig is decent against Tron, but also it's not a card I'm interested in the matchup anyways. I mean, this is not hard, I'll take 2 Titans. Very nice stock up moment. They could double block, they probably will. So I have to trade, sad, but fine. The secret identity of Spider-Man is Solitude. True. No, chat. It's actually Cavero, Mind Bitten. Cavero, Mind Bitter. Spider Human Hero. It's so funny how they had to put those stupid spiders on top of their heads or something to make the cards make sense. It is actually mind bitten by a spider, holy guacamole. Balemurk. 100% AI art. Could be. Riddler is 100 tickets now. I hope I win a set today then. Konstancja psychiatryku. Z Angelą Warzywniaku. I assume they got Solitude. Solitude is a good time waster in this spot. Janusz Tracz. Will I play a land this turn? I don't think so, right? Alright, opponent decides not to time waste, which is honestly what I expect most of the time when they have a Solitude in a spot like this, but maybe villain doesn't have the white cards, so they can't even time waste properly. You like how all of them have the spider in the art? Well, after all, it's a spider hero, right? On all of them. The curve looks funny now, but... So they have Consign, Dumpling Sphere. I don't think I want to cut Scapeshift. I'll just 61 then. Nice hand. Surprised to have won the previous game. I already marked it as a loss in my stats. No, don't Fotsies me, no. You can't just Fotsies me like that. Knowledge is such a burden. Release it. Release all your fears to me. Holy shit, they took stock up? Is there any threat not vulnerable to consign that is worth playing? Aftermath Analyst? Stock up? Those cards are good against consign to memory. Whoa, misses. Guess I win next turn. GG. I could have pulled up green for blue for consign now. Would be really annoying. Hopefully villain searches for a survival land. Ors of Belcher. Oh no, not Ors of Belcher. Seems like we win now. Crumbling Vestige into Scapeshift with GSZ in my hand. Boseiju is a card that makes green decks not care about nothing. Well, they don't care about Dumping Sphere. Well, it's not like they don't care, it just means you have a removal. I don't know, Solitude is a card that makes white decks not care about anything. As long as it's a creature that is worth exiling. Ors of Belcher is actually a deck. Guess the format. Pennywise Popper. Is that the name of the format? Pennywise. Penny. Well, that's my guess. Penny Dreadful, yeah. Is Bauble just not worth bringing in versus Blink anymore? Would you still bring it in versus Blue-White? I never liked Vexing Bauble against Blink. Like Solitude pitching, I don't care about it too much. And then seems like a fine hand, maybe not great. And then because of those coverages, they banned KCI, right? Specifically because of that, so not really fun. One played Affinity 2 days ago. Paul Chion said he watches your stream to learn the lines, so he was prepared. Do you not have the timestamp? Has the weapons hype stopped because he didn't top 8? Well, Da Vinci, any words on Belcher's performance at the PT? Polchian also thought Spelunking plus the Amulet was equivalent to 2 Amulets. Seems like he wasn't watching too closely. Holy shit, 2 emissaries, that's a lot of Thopters. Drones, rather. Alright, Da Vinci, thoughts on Amulet's performance at the PT? Worst outcome for Belcher for the RC. Wait, that's just 3 Thopters. I thought it's gonna be I thought it's gonna be scarier. Yeah, Belcher had like a 46% win rate. Hopefully no game 1 moon. Fought monitor. Close of gigs. That's a lot of drones. Now imagine how much life. Oh no. Please don't have metallic rebuke. Wow, opponent's not very kind. Nine. He's fine, yes. 9. Well, seems like we lose to the second rebuke anyways. No nie! Kurwa! Sink! Block, take 7. I live. Do they well, they could find Tormod script. Maybe. Could be annoying. Well, will be annoying. Should be fine though. No nie, no jeszcze jednego stinka, ty śmierdzielu. That was giga unlucky. It also kind of makes sense to play Sinks in the Affinity deck because you have lots of Mox Opals and actually get to interact on the stack. I was looking forward to watching you attempt to beat this crypt. Well, I would just get a Boseiju. Bounce land, pick up Boseiju, kill the crypt. Then just win. Is Vengeance good against them? I don't think so. They play a 3/3 and they're like 1/1s. I don't know. They don't like Kappa. Constructs. Like, chat, this game they made 7 top tiers and it was they killed me turn 5 with them. They needed 3 interaction cards. I like double Springleaf Drum, just not running 4 copies of that card is pretty wise. 17 total lands though, plus 4 Mox, 21 plus 2 Springleaf, 23. Yeah, Fire Spot I could see bringing, but I don't think I care. 1/6? Not really. Maybe slightly useful for moon beating. Might have trouble attacking as well. You have triple Tormods. Grazer is fine. I don't know if it's like so fine that I want 4. What's the reasoning behind stock up sideboard? I ran out of space in the main deck, so that was the only place where I could fit it. Hasn't stopped you before, yeah. Seems too bad, we can do better. Yeah, this seems fine. You saw Gadog was rejected by the Amulet Cabal. I mean, it's just bad, so I don't need to play it to realize that I don't want to be playing cards that I can't cast. I've done that plenty. Pineapple Emissary, Mox Opal. EE on 1, interesting choice. Ringing Endorsement of Gadog, well, I don't know what's the Amulet Cabal, but I assume it was me. So is that still bringing, my friend? Stock up is good at beating Consign to Memory. That's just what it is. Should play Explore first, because I was going to play it anyways. It's not bad. Goodbye, Analyst. Now I can't loop. Hard decision. Oh, we've got a floater. A Red Shadow Wizard Money Gang, full film. We love casting spells. We can go to Yemen. Oh no, not the boots. That's a great draw. We're playing the Prosperity Force so that it's harder to notice it. Rebuke check. Consign check. You passed. Consign looks pretty bad for them. It's probably not horrible, but Consign is so bad versus Amulet. It's not quite true. This sometimes it's such a humongous pain. But just know your place and roll. Maybe. It's a 4 Grazer on the draw. Oh, free Tormod script. I mean, Ouphe helps beating Tormod script. I guess I'm still fine trimming one Scapeshift. It's situational, which is okay from certain decks, but I don't want situational cards in my affinity deck. Yeah. It's also way better if you can kill a Titan or like solve it in some other way, and it's pretty hard to. Vexing Bauble on the play. Well, I just won, so odds are my opponent will put themselves on the play. I find it hard to find space for Vexing Bauble even on the play because it kind of hits the unimportant cards. I mean, sometimes of course Mox Opal is giga crucial for their deck to function. Shave on Explore, then I would rather just register 61. Like cutting a cycler. Just like that's as if you cycled, but you don't get the extra effect. Alright, Force into Ouphe. Control hand. Oh yeah, also I don't want Vexing Bauble in my deck when I have 2 Force of Vigor, because I have Collector Ouphe as well, and if I ever lock myself out of casting Force, then I will have to stop streaming. They move to 6. Don't want to play Boseiju. Doesn't seem to matter much. He moved to 6 in both games. Just cast Force and Sack Ball in response. That's what the one guy that got DQ did. That's crazy. Alright, we let him cast Vodcast. RIP me. Opponent basically unmulligant. Good draw. The 61st card, perhaps. Over and over and over and over again and again. If you could play any amount of Time Walk in your deck, but every Time Walk made your deck one card bigger than 60, how many would you play? That's a question for Nash to find a good equilibrium. Because I hacking don't know. Well, you would play a good amount, probably. Should I get a Ouphe? I think so. Over 1 million. Not sure that's good if you play 1 million time walks. You just time walk and what happens in the end, right? Well, you can play any amount of islands, yeah. You get free land drops. Is that Capichon? Oh no. Maybe that's bad. I don't have things to pitch now. Maybe I should just pitch Force on the Capichon. Yeah, I mean, I can take a hit or two. How come you play Vampire's Vengeance in the sideboard again? Well, I pretty often play it. Just find it pretty solid. Is that not a good reason? Does Capichon mean Hood? No. I'm slightly concerned about the Capichons being lethal next turn. I shouldn't have played the Analyst, that was so bad. Oj. Capichon to jest niezła kurwa. I think I might lose. Interesting. That was within the range of things they could do. One day ago, Esper control. Holy shit. I'll begrudgingly keep this hand. Double Scapeshift, maybe not the greatest. Kahira the Orphan Guard, huh? Not the worst hand either, though. What is Esper control? Do you think he's playing Esper Charm? Oh yeah, Esper control. Pest control in the sideboard. That's it. What an ugly deck. Hopefully he's playing something else, but he revealed Kahira, so I guess it has to be control. Marsh Floods, that's shocking. Let's play the bounce line, it's a bit awkward. I think it makes sense. Can maybe go for a turn 2 Titan, 3 Titan. With 2 Lotus Fields, it's a bit crazy, but maybe I should do that. Probably I would rather just Spelunk. Yeah. Summer Bloom would have been nice. One day, my friends, Summer Bloom will come back. Schnell. It is nice that I get to cast a Titan next turn. It's my point on blue-white. They revealed Kahira, so one could guess. I think you would have played Explore first. Why? You draw Crumbling Vestige. Seems natural to me for me to play Spelunking first. You wanted to lead both these turns, so lead with the one less likely to get countered, I see. Well then, Explore is actually more likely to get countered because of Spellschner. Although I can't say I consciously followed that much, but it felt natural to me. Next turn I probably play Gruul Turf and bounce T-West to my hand. Gaia Reach. Any benefit to Scapeshifting here? Doesn't seem like it to me. I counterspell, no wiem. Super. Zajebiście to wymyśliłeś. Am I happy that blue-white control is a real deck in Modern? Must be fun getting Orims chanted every turn. Sure. I mean, that's how life is. Sometimes you get Orims chanted. I Orims chant. Dobra. Oh, that's a good spell to cast, although one crucial part of information is that I will not. I mean, I don't really like playing against control too much, but that's mostly because it's a bad matchup for me and I lose to it more often than not. I guess chant is not very fun, yeah. You just cast it and then cast it again and then you cast it. Chants are the same annoyingness to you as Belcher's free counters. Actually, I think I'm kinda slightly more offended by the fact that Belcher wins on turn 4 and also casts 2 free counter spells while doing so. And Harbinger, yeah, Harbinger is not fun. Alright, cards I lose to are not fun. I guess we have determined that. Fun cards in Modern. Let's make a comprehensive list. Ocelot Pride. Pad on the Jaw. Dobra, spierdalaj, no, już tam wybrał kartę i wygrał, super. Dobra, tam, ale chuj, pewnie nie. Ocelot Pride on the draw. That's fun. Territorial Kavu is pretty fun. Kappa Cannoneer is pretty fun. Metallic Rebuke not so much. Basking Brutescale is pretty fun. Blade of the Blood Chief not so much. Yeah. Okay, I hope that's pretty comprehensive. Curious Ven is kind of fun. Atraxa not fun. Where is our Mr. Beast within? I forgot to pack. Yeah, Drafts of the Skies. I could needle a Narset or Teferi, seems horrible. Fun cards in Modern. Think twice. It is legal in Modern. That's so true. You were trying to get people annoyed in the PT live chat by calling the Chant Scepter combo a Yu-Gi-Oh lockout. Were you successful? Doesn't sound like. I mean, I wouldn't be annoyed by that had I been in the chat. I would just read a comment and my reaction to it would be roughly this. So you might have picked a tough battle. It's a nice hand, sort of, 2 pacts. Yeah. That's funny, Potion Taker. Could probably get Admant, yeah. If I draw a bounce land, this is a turn to kill. No way opponent has Orim's Chant or Prismatic Ending or both and thinks which one to do. I think I should play the Amulet first. Could get consigned. Did we win game 1? Take a guess. Also negotiation. Your guess was correct. From 2 amulets to no amulets. Taking bets from you, chat. Will my opponent have Narset in play by the next end step? I cast Sleight of Hand. Come on. Maybe if I get 6 into play here. Już to doceniam cię. Yes, Amulet has 30 lands, which also means it has 30 non-lands. So you are as likely to miss on your Josip as you are to hit. GSZ for Analyst. I don't want to run out Analyst and get it exiled. Ty kurwo, co mi tam drawstepy ustawiasz, no i dźwignię pociągasz. Tylko klikasz przycisk chujowy draw, non-stop. There's no point. Don't want the Analyst out. Could get Reclaimer, which I don't play. Black for Mind Funeral to kill Belcher, that's funny. Or they bring 5 basics though. The last list didn't have that card though. Pact for Disciple of Freya Liz. Okay. Black for Mind Goblin to kill Bofa. Okay. Maybe that was bad. Maybe the Vexing Bauble is actually quite useful. at this point. I probably should have kept it. Cycling it is kind of a loser's mindset. How cringe is this control deck? Well, not much more than any control deck ever, which is to say a lot. If I get Orims chanted now, I'll cringe Gigamax. Well, to me, like, the Pioneer Blue-Eye deck seems more cringe because it actually also is bad and can't win. So what is more cringe, I think? Playing a bad deck is kind of more cringe. No, I'll draw a land, Tabulant Aurora. Jest good. Zajebiście to wymyśliłeś. Land drawn. No. Loot. I discard my Boseiju. My name's Spelunking. Ha ha ha. I cast spell. I cast counter spell. Do we even have something better than Grazer? I have sex. Are you suggesting that sex is worse than a Grazer in this spot? I don't think so. I think it's a fine choice. After much deliberation, I choose to counter your Summoner's Pact, or rather, Green Sun Zenith. This control deck is so Resident Sleeper. I mean, the opponent is squeezing clock for content. Going down to 4 cards somehow. Oh no, consulting the star charts. Is he lagging really badly? Wait, Days Undoing? Holy shit. Interesting. Was his hand bad? Probably worse than mine. Funny. I'm chill like that. True to do. Days Undoing, control. God, this game alone is going to convert me into a 7 bounce land player. If this keeps going on for a minute more. No, 6 is perfect. It is, yes. But if I were easily impressionable. O kurwa, Kahira casting. I can't take it, chat.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Yenara 19, welcome to the Kani stream. You're having fun, Kanister? Is the game very thrilling? It is, yeah. Somehow he has 4 cards in hand again. I don't know where his cards went. Wasn't Chant a Twitch feature at some point? They did remove it, yeah. They decided it's too much. Chant. Shall I lose and get 9th after waiting this much for Mattia? I will. I'm not even gonna. I can't even say that on Twitch. What's gonna happen? I cast Orim's Chant. Kurwa, no pierdolę. Zamulaczu. Zaśmierdły. Jump in Minecraft? Perhaps. Wykurwiaj te ferii. Dozo. Nice hand. 2 days? How come? Like, I mean, I guess it does make a difference. I guess you kick Orim's Chant because I just play decks with no creatures, so the kicker part of Chant doesn't matter. Because I started wondering why, like, Orim's Chant is played so much and Silence was not played at all. I mean, just kill their creatures and silence them. What's the issue there? Okay, I grab 2 cards from my top 9. I chose Narset and I chose Teferi and I chose Days Undoing with my Narset's -2 ability. Okay, No, flecik, dobra. Zajebisty. Klękam do fleta, ziomuś. Otawara Soaring City, okay. That's pretty good. Dobra, wykurwiaj, marnowaczu czasu najgorszy. Mattia. New category on the list of slow players. Time wasters. Tia 93. Plik zapisz. Number 1 time waster, yes. Czarodziejski flair.